Hazak u'baruch. Good morning, Mo'ev Abotay. Bez Hashem Mincha is going to be 5:40. Please be on time. As we were mentioning yesterday in the halacha, it seems to be that a person who is not always careful to wear a black hat, for example, in the public domain, and he's wearing a kippah underneath, so the Chachamim had a concern that the hat might get blown off. He might hold the hat and carry it 4 amot and end up carrying in the Reshut Rabim. So the real question is somebody who wears a black hat in a place where there's no eruv, does he have on what to rely? Because it seems like it's a big problem for him to wear a hat unless it's strapped down or unless it's really deep into his head, which are not typically the case with these types of hats. They fall off relatively easily. So one of the arguments one could say, even though the Taz seems to imply that this halacha applies as well to Karmelit, and we went through the description of a Karmelit versus what a Reshut Rabim is. A Reshut Rabim is a public domain. A Karmelit is a quasi-public domain. Many poskim today say that there isn't a Reshut Rabim. There is no such thing as a public domain because the requirements of a public domain are very high standards. Like we mentioned, there needs to be 600,000 people. It can't be cars. It has to be every single day that they pass through it. So these are high requirements that basically make it impractical that there would be a Reshut Rabim. If you remember also, we mentioned the streets have to be straight. There's almost no street that's straight from end to end. And therefore, it takes the whole concept of Reshut Rabim and mitigates it, that it's all derabanan. So since the carrying in today's time, where there isn't really a public domain, is according to at least many poskim, many authorities, is only rabbinic, to say that we should not allow wearing a hat because he might come to carry it. Even if he were to carry it, it would only be a rabbinic violation. That's called a gzera on a gzera, a decree on a decree. And Chachamim in general do not make decrees on decrees. And therefore, a person who does wear a black hat, as one example and many other examples, he wears such a hat in a public domain of today, even if there is no eruv, he would have on what to rely. Although, preferably, it should be a place like an eruv. It's much easier to be meked. It's definitely permitted if there's a eruv, because there, even if he doesn't rely on it, but here he's wearing it. It's only a concern he might come to carry it, and therefore it's mutar. And as like we mentioned, if he doesn't wear a kippah, then it's also mutar, because he's not going to come to carry the hat, since he wants to make sure that it remains on his head. He doesn't want to walk around the street without a kippah. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.